It was discovered in an Indonesian cave in 2003. Scientists unearthed what appeared to be bones of children. But as they analyzed the skeletons, they found they were not human. They were something else. These skeletons stood roughly 3 feet tall and exhibited strangely large flat feet, earning them the nickname the Hobbit. Many evolutionary scientists have argued they are simply a different result of evolution that are closely linked to humans, while others argued that they are more closely tied to the Sasquatch. Find out more, this time on Unknown Anomalies and their biblical connection.
Howdy, howdy, howdy. What's up? That is so cringy. Howdy. What's up? Howdy, hi. All the things that the kids say these days. Howdy's an old thing. What do the kids say these days?
6'7". Yeah.
6'7". Riz. Hello. Welcome back to UBAC, as we determined. UABC. Unknown Anomalies and their biblical connections. Without the antha. Anyways, welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about the Hobbit and how he's real. Sam is going to be taking the lead with this episode because I have not, in fact, read Lord of the Rings. And we're not going to restart this. We're just going to roll with the cringe. But, dude, you have me, like, in the edge of the screen.
So, while he is fixing that camera, we're going to be talking about the Sumatran version of Bigfoot. Ooh, so, Bigfoot. James, is Bigfoot real?
Yes.
All right.
Bigfoot is real, and he is not just a bird.
Yeah. So
watch my YouTube video for more on Scissortail Studios. It's called The Boys Hunt for Bigfoot, and it's beautiful.
All
and
caps.
I'm Australian.
All caps.
All caps. 1 exclamation mark.
Have you considered adding more than 1 exclamation mark for your videos?
I should do 17.
17.
The Boys Hunt for Bigfoot.
Yeah. So, you had a question to get us started. Hit it, James.
Didn't think about that. I hit it.
You hit it.
Whose feet are hairier? Yours or Bigfoot?
That would be Bigfoot.
What are the
But it's
hairiest
close.
feet that you have ever seen?
Hairiest feet I've ever seen. Probably Diggity. No, I don't know. y'all don't know who Diggity is. We'll have him on the podcast sometime, though.
He's, if y'all watch the Boys Hunt for Bigfoot,
Yeah, he's in it.
it's the tall, skinny guy by the name of Nathaniel.
But if he comes on the podcast, we will only refer to him as Diggity.
Diggity.
All right. So, James, a question for you. You are in the process of looking for a job. Is that right?
I am in fact unemployed.
You told me a funny story about you thinking you had found a job and then you hadn't. Would you like to share that with our audience?
Yes, because I am angry and I'm going to sue. No, I'm not, but dang it. There's something wrong with your tripod. Hold on. I'll be right back.
All right. While he's fixing that, you can all wonder what he's talking about with because I know you listeners love
Are you calling our listeners fat?
No, I'm just kidding. I know most of our listeners are like seed oil conscious Americans or non-Americans. I don't know where y'all from.
If you're not American and you're listening to this podcast, I don't care. Leave. I'm kidding.
Thank you guys.
No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
So stay subscribed.
I'm so definitely kidding.
All right, James. Or Jim. I think you wanted me to call you Jim one time per episode.
You guys call me Jim. He gets to call me James because he's known me like 9 years. And by 9, I mean like 13 out of the 14 years I've been alive. Anyways. So, I was looking for a job. In the requirements list, it has no high school diploma or anything. And for reference, I am 14. And And I'm looking for this job, and not in requirements. After I read everything, it says you must be 16. Can you believe that? Now let's get on topic before people start leaving.
All right. So you guys now know the grievance of trying to find a job at 13. Just kidding. So the Sumatran version of Bigfoot found in Indonesia. I know you guys are wondering what this is, and so we're going to dive in today. But first of all, James, have you heard of the orang pendek?
No.
No? All right. Well, we're going to talk about the orang pendek. But first, we're going to start with part 1, the discovery. So, it was, as I previously mentioned in our cold open, found in an Indonesian cave in 2003. This comes from a series of scientists, Holly Chetan Welsh and Lisa Hendry.
Wait, real quick.
Yeah.
Say it like dramatically and stuff, so we can make it like the cold open, but like in the middle of the show where we add sound effects. And stuff. So like the room temperature middle.
All right. This is for the Natural History Museum. Quote: Homo floresiensis was discovered in 2003 on an expedition led by archaeologist Mike Morwood. In continuing evacuations, the team uncovered more than 100 Homo floresiensis fossils at Liangbao, including a partial skeleton of a female labeled Liangbao 1 or LB1. The fragmentary fossil of at least 13 more individuals. End quote. Later in the same article, she says, quote, Homo floresiensis is a very short compared to the average modern human, standing at about 1.05 meters tall. This is why they earned the Homo floresiensis its nickname, the Hobbit, after the fictional group of short, human-like creatures created by author J.R.R. Tolkien, who's a great author, by the way. When the Homo floresiensis was first discovered, archaeologists thought that it was the skeleton of a modern human child. However, the tiny skull had defined brown ridges, which are characteristic of modern humans, and the individual had a fully developed wisdom teeth, indicating it was an adult and not a child, along with a very small brain about 420 centimeters cubed in volume, about the third of the size of our brains. Homo floresiensis is an unusual body shape. The hip bones were broad and flared, the collarbone were short and shoulder joint with the position quite far forward. The species also had large, flat feet. End quote. You heard it here, folks. They had James's feet. Man, if we haven't lost
very, very flat.
If we haven't lost our entire audience by now.
We will get somewhere.
We are.
All right, so that is very, very interesting. Let me come out and say this. Where did you say this discovery was?
Indonesia, on an island with a cave.
Oh, frick, I was way off. I was gonna say that the Hobbit built the pyramids, but okay.
Oh.
No.
I mean, they probably had boats, right? So, first things first, they're short, they're not very smart, and they have big feet. This sounds like a hobbit.
Sounds like my brother.
Your brother's like your same height, though.
Exactly. I'm
Okay.
6 foot, by the way, so 5'11".
Are you actually?
5'11" without the boots.
So, you are familiar with hobbits, is that correct?
Slightly. I've heard like first 30 minutes of the Hobbit audiobook.
Yeah.
So I know a little bit.
In The Hobbit, he kind of sets it up like it's a real species. It's like it's a species that was there, but then like they don't show up anymore. They only show up to like, or like whenever they hear people coming, like blundering off like an elephant, then they disappear because they can hear us coming. So it's kind of like he describes them as like a magical species, but also, specifically they're very short. They have large, flat, hairy feet, and they're not described as particularly bright. But as you all know, Frodo was very bright. So, James, is this a hobbit? Are hobbits real? Actually, we'll talk about that later, but just something to bear in mind.
Hobbits are probably not real, but there's something similar to it that we have this podcast about, and we're gonna name this new species hobbits.
Hobbits, yes.
Hobbits.
Because that's what listeners want to hear about. Hobbits. So, interestingly enough, hobbits are native to the Shire, and the Shire is native to New Zealand, which is very close to Indonesia, as we are well aware. And by that I mean the Lord of the Ring was filmed in Indonesia.
That's cool.
Yeah. So, let's talk about the native legend. This is part 1, the native legend. Or actually, it's part 2. We already talked about part 1. Part 2, the native legend. This is about the Orang Pendek. The Orang Pendek, which is basically the Indonesian legend of a really small Bigfoot. So, James, you've heard of the Yeti, is that correct?
That's Snow Bigfoot, right?
Yeah, Snow Bigfoot. Okay. So, there's kind of a theory, a theory going around that basically there's lots of different Bigfoot species around the world, though they're all a little bit different to their own environment. So, in North America, we have, Sasquatch. In the mountains of Himalayas, you have the Yeti, and then in Indonesia, they have their own kind of smaller version known as the Orang Pendek. Now, Wikipedia describes the Orang Pendek as, quote, in Indonesian folklore, the Orang Pendek, Indonesia for a short person, is the most common name given to a creature said to inhabit remote mountainous forests on the islands of Sumatra. The creature has allegedly been seen and documented for at least 100 years by forest tribes, local villages, Dutch colonists, and Western scientists and travelers. Consensus among witnesses is that the animal is a ground-dwelling bipedal primate covered in short fur and standing between 80 and 150 centimeters, 31.5 and 59 inches tall. So it's extremely short. And it's actually been seen by quite a lot of people. You've got forest tribes, local villagers, people living there. You've got Dutch colonists, people coming in over the past couple centuries, seeing them. You've got scientists who've actually traveled and studied this. You've got people all over the world claiming to have seen this creature. And yet, we start to wonder, is this linked to the cave sighting and what we found in that cave?
I have a question. What kind of foot size are we talking about? Is it Littlefoot, or are we talking like quadruple E size 13s?
I don't know the exact size, but it seemed like it was like larger than it should have been for the size of the animal.
Okay, so it is still a Bigfoot. It's just a small creature with Bigfoot.
Like it would probably still be
little Bigfoot.
Yeah, little Bigfoot. It's just like Bigfoot but short.
Okay.
And it has lots of hair, which is very reminiscent of Bigfoot.
Okay, hear me out.
All right.
Bigfoot, not demons. He's a real species.
Okay.
These are Bigfoots with dwarfism.
He's just the midget version of Bigfoot.
Why are you laughing?
I don't know.
I'm serious.
You're serious?
I'm dead serious. I'm not.
Yeah. Okay. So that is a theory we will indeed cover. Sorry. Specific to it being a Bigfoot, do you think that there are like different versions of it, kind of like what you're talking about? Like there are like, I don't know, the same creature, or is this just something else completely to like our North American Bigfoot?
I think it is Bigfoot, demonic deception. We see this again and again. And he's putting on maybe a slightly different Bigfoot costume to fool other places. Or maybe our modern last 200, 300-year Bigfoot. Have you listened to the Haunted Cosmos Mothman episodes?
I have not.
So basically there's like a similar creature to Mothman, and they say it's like the dress rehearsal. So they're trying to make sure that this is properly scary enough before doing the full thing that everyone sees. So, what if this is like the couple thousand years ago dress rehearsal, and they realized, oh, having it little isn't creepy, let's make it bigger.
Yeah, I like it. Another thought is that Bigfoot tailors to specific fears or like specific things to different cultures. So like, if a American Bigfoot shows up in the Himalayas, it's going to seem out of place. But if a Yeti in like all white shows up in the Himalayas, it makes a lot more sense. So this could be the same sort of thing. Like, if a mini Bigfoot shows up in Indonesia, that would kind of make more sense with a jungle setting, I guess. All right.
Now this brings into mind: are there racist Bigfoots?
I'm sure.
You daggum Yetis, you Yetis. You gotta drink out a different water fountain than we do. Drink out a different stream than we do. Or translated into the native language.
So if you're sorry. I'm very sick. If you're not already convinced, this is a good time to subscribe.
Subscribe. Hit that like button.
And you can hear James make lots of Yeti noises.
And we will eventually set up a YouTube join thing, and you will get a bunch of membership-only YouTube videos that are royalty-free Bigfoot sounds.
We need to do that, though. That'd be so fun.
We might do that.
Probably not. Okay, so now let's talk about the Dutch settler sightings. This is going to be part 3. Are you familiar with the Dutch sightings?
I am not.
Okay, so as you know, Dutch people came from Dutch. Where's Dutch? The Netherlands, right?
Is there country Dutch? What's the country called? Dutchland? I don't know.
I think it's the Netherlands.
Should we?
I think it's the Netherlands. Pretty sure.
Oh, I'm using my dad's computer too, so there's gonna be in a search history, where do Dutch people come from?
So yeah, now let's talk about the Dutch legend of settlers when they came here. So, Dutch settlers, according to a Wikipedia article.
You were right, they came from the Netherlands.
Okay. Dutch people from the Netherlands came in the early 20th century, provided Westerners with their modern introduction of the orang pendek-like animals in Sumatra. One account in particular is widely reported. This comes from Mr. Van Heerwander, who described an encounter while he was surveying land in 1923. Do you want to read that quote, James?
Where is it?
This one right here.
All right. I discovered a dark, hairy creature on a branch. The sedapa was also hairy and on the front of its body. The color there was a little lighter back. The very dark hair on its head fell just below the shoulder blades, or even almost to the waist. Had it been standing on its arms, would have reached to a little above its knees. They were therefore long. Okay, I see what he's saying. But his legs seemed rather short. I did not see his feet, but I did see some toes, which were shaped in a normal manner. There was nothing repulsive or ugly about his face, nor was it ape-like. How do you see its toes and not its foot?
Maybe it was all that hair, you know? That's fascinating, though.
Show me your toes.
There was a second there where I was like, am I going to take off my foot?
I will try. I will do my best to, when I'm editing, put a picture of Sam's toes right in between us. Sam, I'm going to need you to send me a picture of your toes.
We will see. Maybe. No, probably not.
Dang it.
Okay. So, this legend, even before the Dutch settlers, was originated by the Kerinchi villagers and a lot of the villagers specifically around here. And they noticed some specific habits to this. So, kind of going back to the native legend, we get a quote from Cryptid Wiki, which is Wikipedia, sort of, but specific to cryptid cases. Quote, "The Orang Pendek, also known as the Ohang Pandak, and several other similar translations, is said to be a bipedal ape living in the jungles of the island of Sumatra. Its reported height is commonly between 3 to 5 feet, and its fur is short and typically gray or black, but sometimes reddish or honey-colored. The name Orang Pendek translates to short person in Indonesian. It is said to be about 3 to 6 feet and is red-brown color. However, the creature is said to walk upright on both legs and to be omnivorous, which is common among primates. However, unlike most primates, it is reported to spend almost all of its time on the ground, which is similar among gorillas and other Bigfoot-like cryptids. The Orang Pendek is said by the Kerinchi villagers to possess marvelous strength, enough to uproot small trees and break rattan vines. The Orang Pendek is said to often raid fields for their crops, especially potatoes and fruits. Native of the island claim the creature has a taste for the Asian durian fruit." So, James, if this is just a demon, why does it like eating fruit? Answer me that.
To give some sort of personification, to add a kind of intelligent kind of mind, like, oh, it can pick a favorite food, and add this intelligent mind to make it look like a missing link in evolution.
Yeah.
Bam!
Yeah.
I answered a question he didn't think I could answer.
No, that was good.
Mic drop.
I like it. So, there is like a ton of evolution scientists who like love this, and they're like, "Oh, we've proved evolution is real because we found these skeletons," you know? So it's like, from your perspective, how do these skeletons or not maybe disprove, but how do they not back up evolution?
First of all, it could be just another one of God's creations, and it, we were made in God's image, and what it could be is, God making creatures and getting to apes and like, oh, I'll make something ever so slightly reminiscent where you can kind of see this comparison.
Yeah.
So it's not quite like in his image, but it's like here's this little like nod to like these bipedal creatures. So like gorillas and big feet alike. These bipedal creatures that they're pretty smart and they're kind of similar, but they're not like anywhere near humans.
Yeah, I like it. That's a good point.
And then it could be demons. But the thing with demons is, like, I bet we have the skeletons in a museum somewhere.
Yeah.
Or an archive lab.
They have them.
In a museum?
I'm not sure where, but they do.
Pull up a picture. Are there pictures?
Yes, we do. We have pictures, which will be hopefully on your screen. So that's the cave, if you're seeing that.
Ooh.
And that is
pretty.
The skeleton. Very short. You just gotta see the feet in that picture, although the bones do look a little broken.
It does have some very hand-like feet.
Yeah. So on his, just kind of looking at it, it does seem to point towards evolution, because it's like, this looks a lot like a human, but it's not a human. So is it like...
Human. Not human. Human.
Put in the comments how you pronounce human. Do you say the H?
Do you pronounce it how it is spelled? Or do you pronounce it how you feel like it?
I think it's human.
Dude, look at my computer. Isn't my computer awesome?
Okay.
Look at my app top. Isn't it so cool? Look at this up.
The H is supposed to be silent. Back me up, guys.
Look how high that mountain is.
Speaking of mountains, have you guys noticed how cool the logo is?
It is very cool. In fact, we will take this opportunity to explain the logo for those of y'all. So, there's the halo, which is both anomalous, but the halo is usually a description of like holy things. It came from the Catholic cathedrals to kind of signify that, like, oh, this is Jesus or someone in the bloodline. And but it's kind of associated with holy things, so it's heaven, and then there's the mountain, which is our world, and then there's the shadows creeping along, and those are hell, and so there's hell, heaven, and our world in between.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
And effects of both of them.
And you can read all about it on our website. So if you haven't already gone there.
Are you adding a description of the logo?
Yeah, it is on our website, yeah. So if you haven't already, click on the link in the description, go to the website, check out some of the stories behind what we do, and I don't know, stay in touch. Also, if you have a story, then send it to us in our email, which is unknownanomalies.podcast@gmail.com.
And we may eventually set up some sort of like call-in system.
Yeah. At some point, we'll have like a live Q&A or something like that.
Hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. So let's go ahead and move on to the next part, which is going to be the expedition, part 4. Are you aware that there's been an expedition to find the so-called hobbits?
Expedition Hobbit?
Expedition Hobbit.
Is it a TV show?
That would be a good TV show.
Is it a TV show
No,
like
it was
Expedition Bigfoot? Dang
Expedition Bigfoot is actually less reliable because it's a TV show, though. If you think about it. Because the TV show's got to make money.
Yeah.
This one is a non-profit, I think. I don't know. They were probably making money somehow. Anyway.
But they're making money off the truth.
Yes. So
they're lying. I don't know.
It was a team of
I'm very assuring.
British researchers. And as you audience members are well aware, James loves British people.
Wait a minute.
James.
Did you just say researchers?
No.
Researchers.
That was me being sick. So, James, you love British people, right? Like how they drive on the other side of the road and use the metric system. And they play the Beatles.
Dude, look me in the eyes. Look. Can you see my eyes tearing up?
Yeah.
Can you like legitimately?
He literally loves British people. You can see it in his eyes.
If you're British,
stop driving on the lawn.
Listen, bud.
Yeah.
I have like a distant cousin that's married to a British dude.
Really?
Yeah, and I met him. It is a joke about not liking British people, but like, you know how like the military branch services will like joke with each other and like, oh, you're an Air Force guy, you're dumb.
Yeah.
British people, I'm gonna do that same thing with y'all because I don't like that you drive on a different side of the road. I hate British people. Did you know that Pac-Man was British?
No.
Yeah, buh-oh. So they got the sound effect.
To all our British listeners who just left, you won't hear this, but the episode's about to get really good because a team of British researchers, Debbie Martyr, I think it's Martyr, and zoologist Richard Freeman for the Center for Fortean Zoology are among the most vocal investigators. Martin, once a journalist, spent years in interviewing villagers and locals who encountered the orang pendek. Andrew Sanderson, a field researcher, also documented sightings and footprints using a quick-drying dental plaster. So this guy, Andrew Sanderson in particular, not only documented the sightings, but he also found the footprints of them, which is very reminiscent of Bigfoot sightings, as you are well aware.
So the thing to me, do you remember when we were doing the Boys Hunt for Bigfoot comedy and we were drawing the stuff and it didn't show up super well on camera? That's something that kind of occurs to me is like, if it's a real footprint, it seems like it'll be more shallow and not necessarily as well, just perfectly set down there. Because, we were scraping the sticks and stuff and it was still a shallow kind of imprint.
We made fake Bigfoot prints.
Yeah. So that's something that stands out to me. Is like, if it's like a shallow, weak little thing, you see strokes in it, then it's probably fake. So, are there pictures of the casts?
I'm not sure on that one.
Some people who aren't from Oklahoma say picture.
You say picture?
Some people say picture.
What do you say?
Picture.
Picture?
Picture.
So you don't pronounce the letter in that word? Is that what you're saying? Because that seems very familiar. Like, very familiar. I don't know if you guys were paying attention earlier. How do you pronounce human?
Yeah, but mine's an accent thing.
Mine's an accent thing. Kind of.
What accent is that?
I don't know. American? Probably.
Yes.
Most people I know don't say human.
Human.
You say human?
Human.
That makes me laugh. But you're wrong.
Diggity that we were talking about last episode.
Yeah.
He emergency story mode. We were like at the beach side of our campground, and like he and I are talking with other Sam, and talking about things that as one does. What if we nuked the British? And
whoa.
Do you remember that debate though?
Yeah.
And so anyways, I'm like over there more listening than actually talking. Nathan Diggity taps my shoulder, turns around, shows me a list he typed up on his phone, saying huge, human, and humongous. And he said, "How do you pronounce these?" And I said, "Huge, human, humongous." And he says, "Why do you pronounce the H? 'Cause it's present, right?" And your sister is all like, "Yeah, but like..."
Wait, so how do you say picture again?
Picture.
Picture?
Which, if you listen, picture.
Picture. No.
Picture.
No.
Picture. It's just really fast and not good pronunciation, but it's there.
Anyway, our dedicated listeners are ready to move on. Okay, guys.
You guys don't have lives, let's be honest. If you're listening to this.
Thank you, guys.
If you're listening to this, you've been searching YouTube so long that you've found this small of a channel.
But not for long. It's about to explode.
Yeah, it's going to explode. We have 2 subscribers as of filming this, but as of posting this, we'll probably have like 3.
But we only have 2 subscribers because we've released 0 videos.
Yeah.
So.
But like by the time we release this video, we'll probably like have at least 3.
At least 30.
At least 30.
Probably.
Hopefully.
All right. So, at this point, we're going to talk about... No. Okay.
I hope I said that loud enough for them to hear, kind of.
Yeah. So, James, is it just a mini Bigfoot? That's what we're going to talk about in part 5. Mini Bigfoot. Is it just a short Bigfoot?
I'm going to be honest. I kind of forgot we were talking about the Hobbit thing. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
How so?
Because it's like Bigfoot, but it's small.
Okay. Is Bigfoot something otherworldly? And by that I mean, is it something other than just a ape primate?
So this is something that I like debate with myself all the time. There's so much stuff that gets me like, I think there must be some real Bigfoots and some demonic deception. And here's my reason for like real Bigfoots is like finding the bones and everything. Is there just like a demon chilling in a museum? Like, these people like kind of believe that I'm a missing link in evolution. And like, okay, maybe, but so here's my theory. Have you heard of, I can't remember what it's called, but that fish in the deep ocean that has like the lure on its head and it glows?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So, those things are hard to find because their repopulation is a very odd way of repopulation. These little males are very small, and they have to search a long ways, and most of them die before they find a female. But when they do find a female, they just sort of like attach to it and then die and become a part of it, and that's how the seed is planted. So, if Big Feet have like some obscure, and this is the thing, the Patterson Gimlin film, that's a female Bigfoot.
Yeah, it is.
That's why her name is Patty. And so, if all the Bigfoots are females, And the male Bigfoots
all of them
are just like, these are the mini Bigfoots are the male ones.
No.
Okay.
I see where you're going.
They're just some like small little thing, and that's just like their only. But it's like some obscure, and that's why they have a low population, is because the reproduction process is rare amongst them.
So if they are an actual species, is it like an intelligent species like humans? Is it more of just like a monkey that lives in North America?
I think it's more of just like a bipedal creature, and I think they're probably.
And then the demons are the ones that act like the more human side of it. Is that correct? Yeah, that would make sense.
And because like the devil, he became a snake in the garden, so it's not unheard of for a demon to take the form of a real creature.
Yeah, for sure. So, mini Bigfoot, we've talked about that. Now, is it an evolutionary human? Is it just a different species of human? That's kind of what scientists have come to the conclusion of. What are your thoughts on that?
I don't know what human means, so I can't really answer.
An evolutionary person, perhaps. Or as you would say, person. I don't know.
Wait a minute. Do you say you went to the store?
No.
His hair was long. Well, if the screen just went black, that's because both the cameras turned off, and we don't know why. Leave the audio rolling.
All right, James, go ahead and keep talking to the audience.
All right. So, what happened? I don't know. I'm gonna keep going. What was the question?
Is it evolution?
It is not evolution. Evolution is fake. Made up by atheists. Now we'll take this opportunity to give you a quick preview of what the website looks like, because we don't expect you busy people to just watch a black screen. For those of you in the podcast, I will keep listening, keep speaking. What's something I can read here? The native legend.
We already read that.
Frick.
Talk about what you think it is.
So, this one I'm kind of leaning towards real animal.
Okay.
Due to the fact that there's the bones and everything. And, I think that's the primary reason, because I doubt there's just, like, a demon chilling in the woods, or, in a museum. Is that camera rolling?
It is rolling. We're good.
All right.
Sorry for you guys who had to, like, sit and watch our website tour.
I need to resync the video.
How cool is that? We have a clapper.
Yeah, we have a clapper.
Do it one more time for the people watching. Yeah, that's so cool. Okay, that's probably enough syncing. All right. So, now that we are back, we are done with the evolutionary human. It's obviously not just a missing link. It's which kind of ties in with the next part, which is it a hobbit? And for this part, my sister had some insight. You know my sister, right?
Which one?
Oh,
you have 3 of them.
the like younger one.
Okay. I'm going to bleep out that name, though.
Okay.
Did that just shut off again?
Sorry, guys. I will be right back. James,
Yeah.
keep talking about whether it is, in fact, simply a hobbit.
So, my thought is, because the Hobbit isn't real, it is a fictional creature, it probably isn't the Hobbit, unless it is demons, and demons wanted people to get the wrong idea out of this good Christian writings. So, they decided to kind of copy off of it. I don't actually believe this, by the way. And do we have both camera angles back up?
Yes, we do. But we need to wrap up.
All right. I'm going to resync. I don't know where I was going even, and I didn't really believe that. I was just making conversation.
So, if you guys are like, what is happening with this episode? Why are they coughing so much? Why are they having to resync the cameras all the time? Just know, this is just season 1, so stay tuned for more because the episodes are only getting better from here.
Dude, I'm 14. He's like, I don't know how old he is, but he's older than me. Yeah. But we're still like kids. Don't expect us to be like really good, but like know that we're really good.
We are so good, guys.
We're really good, but like we're not like we're really good, but we're not like professional. Like we have to like start at 8:28 in like or 8:30 at 0.1 milliseconds, and we have to have this exact software and this setup. Anyways, we're getting off topic. So,
thank you guys for listening. Like, we really appreciate it.
Is that? Are we to our?
We're in the last point, the concluding analysis.
So I think, what did your sister have to say?
She wanted me to say that she had come up with the next big slogan. Like, people are like 6'7",
6'7", it's just a bird, famous things like that.
Yeah, she said that she had come up with a new one that kind of related to our episode. She wanted us to say Middle Earth Madness, which is really just copying 6'7", but she wanted me to say it on the podcast because she thought it was funny.
I would like to tell you all, just to spite her.
Yeah.
Just to spite her. She did something annoying recently, I won't say. But just to spite her, don't let that catch on.
Yeah, don't.
Don't.
But I will say it one more time in case you didn't catch it. Middle Earth Madness. You can say it in whichever voice you'd like.
Middle Earth Madness.
Because that is the Hobbit. It is mad. So, we've figured out that there is something in the forest of Indonesia that maybe it is a mini Bigfoot, most likely, and that ultimately we know that at the end of the day, we don't have to fear the unknown. Tell them, James.
And start fearing God.
All right. Thank you guys for tuning in, and we'll see you next time.
And, our final message for those of you who aren't saved is come to know Christ and find your eternal home. And if you think that it's all just some fake stuff, just read the Bible, and it won't do you any harm. And if you decide not to believe, then we do think that is a sincere mistake, but it does not hurt you to read the Bible and, use the reason that you could read a book that you don't necessarily believe in or, possibly spend your eternity in hell.
You only live once, but you could live forever. We'll see you guys.
See you later on another episode of UABC.